Hey folks, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Manor Lords! We are playing with the On the Edge scenario at the challenging difficulty level, and they said it couldn't be done, but we are proving that not to be the case. In fact, we are thriving. We've dealt with raiders, we've dealt with bandit camps, though more continue to pop up, and that's going to become an annoyance for a while. We've even been very careful about how we develop our city, so that now we are able to safely move on to level 2 burgage plots with basically no repercussions whatsoever. Our approval remains steady. This is exactly what we wanted to see, and I feel pretty good about this, considering this was my first attempt at the challenging run. I'm not going to pretend, by the way, that I'm just some sort of a genius who figured this all out on my own with no help or forethought at all, okay? I did talk to some other content creators who were giving this a go on their own, and kind of learn from some of their mistakes, figure out what they thought was working and what was not, alright? So, I did learn some lessons from other people's mistakes. Still, this is my own first attempt, and I'm quite happy with how this is personally turning out. Now, we are in the process of upgrading our last burgage plots up to level 2, which means we're about to get another development point. Just like so. Alright, so let's talk about how we're going to continue developing. Technically speaking, we don't need anything else. Trade is that strong. If I just focused on this, we'll win. However, this can go well with a few other things to produce extra money. So for example, I'm looking at, let's say, the sheep breeding. Now I know wool production was supposed to have been nerfed, but I suspect we could still get a bunch of sheep and let them breed and get a bunch of baby lambs that we sell, and it becomes a way of just generating extra cash that way. Maybe. Alternatively, we could move on to orchardries. This would allow us to plant apples. It's a backyard extension, just like the chickens or the vegetables. I've heard mixed reports on this one. I haven't really experimented a lot with this. I did use it. I got some food. It wasn't bad. But I've heard from other content creators it can become ridiculously good in terms of how much food you get. But there's also mixed reports of a bug where people won't eat apples, which obviously makes them kind of useless. So there's that. I don't really care about going for the berry deposits. I don't think it's worth going down trapping and skinning and stuff. This only works if you have a wild animal-rich deposit, plus you use the policy, which cuts out all farming, and then you pick up like 2 or 3 points in this. This is the only way to make meat viable, and it's too much. I don't think it's very well balanced right now. The apiary could be an option. Get some honey. Another food source, something we could sell if we don't need it. I don't think there's anything I can do with wax, so we would probably stop here. I definitely want to go down charcoal burning. This is a definite one for me. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. Why? Well, because a charcoal burner is going to convert 1 firewood into 2 charcoal, right? Now that's pretty good. Why? Well, because it doubles up your fuel production. But also, from a trade perspective, let's go to materials. Firewood is worth 1 wealth. Just 1. Charcoal is worth 5, and I get 2. So I can turn 1 wealth into 10 wealth with only 1 family working it. That's a no-brainer. It's super duper good. Let's just go ahead and actually buy both of these roots so I don't have to think about it anymore. We're going to be importing firewood whenever we fall below, like, let's say 50, and we'll want to start exporting charcoal whenever we have more than, let's say, 30. In theory, if I put a lot of families into this, this is so much money. We have to do this. After that, I don't know really if it really matters what we do. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll take the orchards and the apiary. We could consider sheep breeding. Deep mines is not bad. This lets you upgrade your rich mining deposits to become an infinite source, which is okay. I mean, we could use that. But you only get 6 points per region on the map. And in this version of the early access, 6 points in total. So we have to be somewhat deliberate. I don't know. We'll think about that. I do need to get a bit more timber together. The reason for that being, I would like to go over to the manor, and I'd like to get an upgrade for my castle. I want the garrison tower. It's going to take me 10 timber plus a few other things, but this lets me increase my maximum retinue size by 12, which obviously would double what I currently have, and if I can keep clearing out some bandit camps, the retinue alone can handle bandit camps once I get up to 24, with probably no losses. That would become even more true if I buy some more upgrades for these folks. Yeah, the cost of some treasury, we could start importing some additional upgrades for people, get them heavy armor, and then they're really not likely to die. So, I don't know, that could be a thing. Actually, I don't know if I don't see any reason not to just go ahead and buy the upgrades now. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Look at that heavy armor! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. These guys are gonna pack a punch! Fear not, brothers. I shall join you in your noble quest to rid this land of villainy. I still can't see a freaking thing, and I really wish this fit better on my head so I could actually look through the visors. Yeah, my head's too big. Ugh, it's not my fault. I have a gigantic cranium. By the way, where did all my gambesons go? Ooh, we've actually equipped them. Hold on. People actually did get the gambesons. Well, why? What changed? Why do we now have armor? I don't know. Well, we'll go ahead and buy a bunch more of these, I guess. Might as well. Now, we could consider upgrading to level 3 pretty soon. We technically actually already have all the requirements in order to do this. What would I want to do with a level 3 house? What are the requirements they have? I'm trying to remember. It's been a little bit. I think they need, what is it, more food and more clothing variety in order to be happy? Is that all they need? I'm a little bit scared to do an upgrade and find out that we don't have something we really need. In the meantime, I'm not even producing another version of clothing, so we don't have a tailor. I'm not going to worry about it right now. If I did want to get myself some additional clothing types, though, we could get clothes, cloaks, and gambesons, which we already learned about from like an armor perspective. Clothing, I think, takes a bunch of linen. Cloaks take yarn and dyes. Yeah, if I got myself some sheep and used my berries to make dyes, we could theoretically be self-sufficient in making cloaks. That could be a thing. Fortunately, our marketplace appears to be running exactly as intended. So we really are meeting everyone's demands, well, apparently except for the tavern. I did set up a second house over here on the brewery. I wouldn't normally want to have 2 families committed to just an artisan craft this early in the game, but since we apparently are draining through our ale so fast, I might need to have a second person working over here. Which just feels weird, man, because I don't like ale. Ale is nothing but a hindrance on your economy. It's people draining things away. That's why I want to just use cheap barley, and I'd rather do the labor of malting it and then brewing it myself, rather than buying the ale, because I will literally drink my funds away if I do that. It's insane how much ale everyone drinks. Can I get an upgrade now for the manor? We absolutely can. All right, let's go ahead and build that garrison tower. I think it's funny, by the way, in a game called Manor Lords, the manor is rather underwhelming, isn't it? Yes, it is. I mean, sure, we could build walls and a couple of towers like a castle, but like, again, we talked about this last time. Why would I commit all those resources in static defenses when I don't think they add a lot of value? Unless you do something weird where you start dotting the King's Road with all these different towers and it's technically one seriously long manor. But that would just be weird. Anyway, my wealth is building up nicely. We're sitting on 600 regional wealth. I'll start enacting tax policies pretty soon, but for now, I'm just enjoying having people moving into my city. That gives me more people I can work with. And the more people I have doing things like, you know, burning charcoal, the more money in theory I'm making. So as long as we keep them productive, the more people I have, the better. Whoop, enemy units have been spotted. Okay, where are the bandits? They're up over here. Okay, so that's fine. Are you gonna head over to me or whatever? All right. Oh, hang on, there's 2 of them this time. Ooh. So I actually thought that the way that this would work is that every year of waiting in between bandits would determine the number of brigands. Because what I've observed so far, we have 1 year in between brigands with this particular game, right? And so far they've only come in groups of 1. In the past, I've done this, and if I had 3 years of rest in between raids, I got 3 brigands. If I had 4 years of raids, rest in between, I got 4 brigands. So I thought that that was a direct correlation, but since we got 2, that makes me think that maybe that is not the case. Twice as many raiders actually might be a problem. Maybe. Okay, I can get quite a few more people, but I will need to get some extra stuff. I mean, I guess there's nothing to stop us from just going ahead and opening up some routes and trying. I've got money. So let's go ahead and try getting the large shields as well as the spears we know we're going to need. Okay, I actually did manage to buy all the spears and shields I need in time. Wow, okay, hold on. Stop importing all of these so I don't waste any more of my wealth. I've actually still got plenty of money. So now, I actually totally can do this, and we're fine. We actually amazingly did have time. I'm shocked by that, but okay, sure. They're about to enter my region. That timed out about perfectly. Huh. Well, let's go ahead and rally up everyone we can and get ready because the bandits are almost here. It's funny, by the way, as soon as they enter into your region, if there's tree cover, you're not going to be able to see them anymore. Unless you specifically go hunting for them, which is what I'm doing right here. So I know that they're right over this direction. All right, so they're going to come through in this area. Oh, good, right next to the corpse pit. That's convenient. That's where you're going to be sent when you die. All right, here they come. I'm hopefully going to maintain some level of the high ground with really good retinues. Let them come closer to me and then hit them. And then you guys get over here, and you guys come over here, and then flank them. As much as you can, anyway. Go, go, go! All right, that should be pretty good. Oh, no, we haven't lost anyone. For some reason, I thought we had 14 retinue. We do not. Okay, so they're as flanked as they're gonna get, and hopefully this means since they're surrounded, their effectiveness drops. Yeah, they're down to 15% effectiveness on these guys. They're feeling very low in their morale right now. We should be able to crush that super duper quickly. Come on, just die. There we go! All right, we have dealt with the raiders. Beautimus! I'm gonna disband the pole arms. I'm gonna take my spears and my retinue, and it's time to go brigand camp hunting. Because I'm sick of these guys stealing all my stuff, and also I'd like to, just steal from them and take all of the treasury, because that is going to be worth a bunch of extra men-at-arms. I mean, honestly, we have 1 year before the next raids are going to hit. Like, if there's ever a time to just go ahead and clear out every bandit camp, it's right now. We might as well do that. How are we doing on our charcoal, by the way? Oh, a fire broke out. Lightning strike. Excuse me? Wow. Okay. That was unexpected. Well, it looks like it burned down and people are automatically going to try to fix it. So this is a problem I have observed in the game, and I'm glad that they're doing this right now. There have been cases, and other content creators have reported this, so I'm not the only one, where if something gets burned to the ground, it might never get rebuilt. It's gonna turn into rubble, and you can't rebuild it, and then if you demolish it, it leaves behind an empty supply little point right here that you can't clear out because there's nothing there. So it literally prevents you from building here ever again. I'm expecting that to get fixed kind of soon. Like, I can't imagine that's going to stick around for very long. But you can imagine that's been a bit of a pain. Still more families are joining in, by the way. That's good. What should I do with them, to be honest? We could get ourselves some additional people working in the cobbler's shop. That just means we're going to double up even more on making shoes. Why do I still have nowhere near enough ale? I've got 20 ale. What is the family of the tavern doing? Apparently, we need to have another family assigned here just to bring more ale over here because no one... We can't keep up with how fast everyone's drinking it. Do you see what I mean? The people here have problems. Tell you what, something I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a windmill. No, not a windmill, sorry. I'm going to get a communal oven. That's what I'm looking for. Place down an oven right next to all of our granaries, and we're going to start importing flour and making a new food source. Why? Because I have the families to spare. So I might as well start importing some cheap food in order to make higher quality food, and that's another form of food that's just hanging around, ready for people to consume, no problem. So we open up a trade route, and I start importing flour. Let's say up to 20. Boom. Okay, here come some brigands to meet us, and of course we are very ready. Oh, another bandit camp has been sighted. Well, hopefully they're in a convenient spot because I'm already going to be doing a giant counterclockwise murder spree, so this works out well. My retinue is going to engage and get them completely flanked with spearmen. This is suicide for you. Their effectiveness continues to drop, so they're less than... There they go. They are dead. We've lost nothing. I need a bunch of those fights. If we can keep doing that, I can clear everything off of the map. No losses, nothing but wealth and extra strength for me. So there's another message. I will take the money, send it to my treasury. That's another 188 for me. Perfect. That's going to be another, what, 7 men-at-arms? Yas. Oh, a-hunting we shall go, a-hunting we shall go. Die, die, you banditos, it's time for you to go. This should be easy peasy. I mean, it's always possible I'm gonna lose somebody in this process, but I'm really hoping I don't, and they retreat. Thank you, let's go take their stuff. And of course, not only am I getting money, but these are less people who are gonna be siphoning resources off of my city. You all thought you could just steal from me, and I was gonna let you do that. Fools. There's how many camps to go? 3, 1, 2, 3. Remember, there can only ever be a maximum of 5. We've cleared that 2. So yeah, we were actually at a point where they had built up. This is gonna get really annoying, actually. How quickly do these camps respawn? I'm gonna have to do this like every year. It's gonna be a yearly process. Deal with the raid, go kill the latest camp, and so on and so forth. Woof. I don't know if they're ever able to spawn in a region I own, though. Are they? Because if so, in theory, it's gonna be less and less of an issue the more territory I claim. By the way, we're up to 2,500 influence. So if I want to start claiming more regions, like, we can do that, probably. What about over here? Yeah, let's just go ahead and spend 1,000. Claim it. Thank you. Do the same over here? Sure. Spend it. Boom. Approval's doing great, by the way. We're sitting at 64% over here. Says not enough variety in the marketplace. Not by much. Seems to me like we're doing completely fine. And 2 more regions have been claimed for my new kingdom. There we go. All right. So I assume this means that camps can only spawn over here. Maybe I should have left this one in the middle open so that they always would have spawned as close to me as possible so it's easy to kill them. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. We're not going to overthink it. Yes, stupid brigands. Leave your camp and come to me where I am the strongest. See how well this works out for you. Gosh, fully upgraded men-at-arms absolutely wreck brigands. Now, the only time that this actually becomes kind of tricky is if you do have an on-map adversary, right? Which you could have had to make this a bit more difficult. So this is why I'm saying this is not technically a maximum difficulty run. But you could do that, and that would mean that he can send fully armored units as well. Right now, we're just dealing with rabble, okay? We're not scared of any of these stupid peasant raiders as long as I'm fully decked out in plate armor. Who even cares? But someone else who can do the same thing to you, okay, that's admittedly a little bit scarier. Oh, some bandits stole a resource, 10 charcoal. That actually sucks, because that's 50 wealth. Enjoy it while you can. You're the last on my list. Soon you shall be dead and feeding the worms. So enjoy your charcoal while you can, man. Go get 'em, boys! And then you can all finally go home. This is several months of fighting. And by several months, I mean it's been like 3 or 4 months, but that's a long time to be wandering around and just pillaging bandits. Still, super duper worth it. And troops, go ahead and disband. Militia, disband. Boom, done. All right, let's go back to the manor. Actually, no, sorry, let's go to the retinue customization. Buy. That's 24 of these guys. And then, of course, we upgrade their armor like everyone else. I'm a little low on cash. So this should be enough to finish these guys off. And then we will have a fully decked out set of 24 well-armored men-at-arms. All right. Bandit camps beware! I don't have to raise my militia for anything anymore. Look how much stuff we're able to buy and sell, by the way. Seriously, we're selling off a whole bunch of iron ore, some charcoal, shoes, planks, roof tiles, and so on. We're buying flour and blah, blah, blah. How's our food looking, by the way? You know, I was expecting a bit more, to be completely honest. But we got some pretty good variety here. That's 5 different types of food that we are able to sell right now. Not bad. Charcoal kiln, I kind of thought we'd do a lot better on fuel, but I guess I am kind of selling a lot of it off, too. Just to be safe, let's stock up about 50 charcoal before we start selling any excess off, all right? And I do think that maybe we want to go ahead and get ourselves a livestock trading post, just so I have the option. Because I think I am going to start getting some sheep. I'd like to get some wool that we could turn into yarn, so I'll be able to get cloaks and a whole new type of clothing. Funny thing, by the way, if you want to get cloaks, the resources are, let's see, the yarn worth 4 and the dyes worth 4. So that's a value of 8, and then the commodity is also worth 8. So, technically speaking, if you just want to give it to your people, you could just, like, buy the cloak. Don't even bother buying the 2 ingredients. It saves you absolutely nothing. All right, we have our livestock trading post. I'm going to need some more people, but first let's go to farming. And let's place out a beautiful little sheep farm, okay? It just has to be, like, somewhere close to the pasture that I'll eventually set out. Let's just say I have a beautiful little sheep farm, like, out over here, and then we'll just set up a nice big pasture over by my manor or something. I don't really know. I don't really care. It's fine. Let's go to trade here and say for sheep, I want to buy, like, I don't know, 20 sheep! No, that's, I was gonna say that's a little bit excessive, but you know what? We got enough money. I got 941 gold. Regional wealth, sitting around, doing absolutely nothing. Let's buy 20 freaking sheep. It's insane, but let's do it. Of course, this does rely on the AI of these animals not being stupid. Which, okay, hold up. There goes the sheep. He's running away, and he's in the pasture. Perfect. Just sort of zipped right over there. Are you really only going to bring them over, like, 2 or 3 at a time? Okay, this is going to be a very slow process. It says 3 out of 48 are claimed. I don't even see that many sheep, so I'm not sure how it's possible, but sure, why not? So, who's ready to move on to a level 3 house? Is this a bit risky? Probably. We're gonna do it though. Let's go ahead and upgrade this to level 3, this to level 3, and this to level 3. The 3 original houses are ready to get upgraded. That means there's gonna be more families be able to move into each of these, by the way. This increases their space in addition to everything else. Oh, they're going up so fast. Look how beautiful they are. I actually really like the look of the houses in this game. I think it's just so picturesque, all right? There's so much to like about Manor Lords, and it's one of the best looking one of these cities I've ever really seen. These city builders there's so many of them out there, right? And so many trying to mimic the same exact sort of style. But Manor Lords, I feel like with their burgage plots, they've actually managed to pull off something pretty awesome here. Anyway, the real question is, what are the increased needs? I've got enough money to buy literally anything you ask for. So I'm not exactly worried about it, but let's see. It was more food, and not even technically more clothing, so we actually already are meeting all of their needs. Oh my god. So as long as we keep having this much food variety, boom, bada boom, we can get level 3 burgage plots pretty much across the board. Well, holy crud. I mean, between our eggs, vegetables, berries, bread, we're not hurting for food variety. We're totally fine on that front. And my approval has jumped up to 81%? Oh, now it's down to 74%. Thank you. The point is, families are going to be moving in pretty fast now. Yep, they're already moving into all these plots. Look at all that. Look at all of that. Holy crud. And now the tavern supply is gone. Frick you. I'm going to have to just get some additional families in the brewery just so we can make more ale to keep up with this. Ale needs to be rebalanced, man. It really, really does. Anyway, settlement level increases. Hooray! I think I'm going to get the sheep breeding, just because it kind of lines up with something we are already doing. The orchards would be a decent other option to just get more food, but let's just go for sheep breeding. Let's do it. And now, with our pasture being right here, as it starts filling up, the more sheep we have, the faster the breeding is going to occur. And at some point, we can go ahead and start trading lambs. I'll export any lamb we have. And as long as the sheep keep making babies, we'll get 10 export out of each of these. Do we want to claim some more land, by the way? Sure, we'll claim some more land over this direction. Why not? Let's get a bunch more level 3 houses. How many do I need? I need 6 more level 3 houses in order to get to the next level. We can do all of that easily. It's going to consume, like, all of my resources for a bit, but I don't care. Another region hath been claimed. Okay, how are we doing on things like food? Still doing great. How are we doing on fuel? Still doing great. How are we doing on clothes? Running lower on shoes, but that's fine. Once we get this upgraded, we can have more families working here. We'll just keep importing more hides, turning it into more leather so we can get more stuff. Speaking of leather, let's go ahead and have more people working at the tannery. There, problem solved. Hooray! Work area empty. Where? Oh, right, foragers. I guess we don't technically need them anymore. Resource stolen by bandits! Only 1 hide was stolen! Aha! There are bandits! All the way up over there. Well, I have to leave them be... Well, let's see. It's December? We got time, right? We totally got time. All right, that's it. Retinue, rally, go, get ready. March, men, march. How's the pasture doing? It's got 10 sheep in it now. Okay, we're gradually filling her on up. Let's go ahead and start producing some yarn at the weaver's workshop. Whoa, and the enemy has been spotted. Hold on, I was not expecting there to actually be more raiders. Over here? Okay, we've got more brigands on the way. You know what? That camp gets to live for a little bit longer. Go ahead and head back home. I feel like they attacked a little bit sooner than usual. They don't usually attack in December, do they? Anyway, let's not forget we could hire some mercenaries if I really wanted to. That would be an option. But with only 2 of these brigand bands, why bother? I'm not threatened by you. You're nothing to me. And at 74% approval, I don't see any reason why we couldn't at this point just go ahead and start raising some proper taxes. It's time, go ahead. We could just go ahead and raise this like an absolute ton. You can go to 100% and really antagonize people, but I'm not worried about it. 10% should be enough. I'll start getting like 87 regional wealth or so per, what is it, month, year, whatever it is, something along those lines. We could tithe excess food, by the way, and that would be a way of getting some influence. But it takes a long time to get enough influence to claim anything, and honestly, if the brigands just keep throwing themselves on me, that's way faster. Speaking of brigands, they are apparently getting ready to fight. They are sprinting at me as fast as they can. All right, rally the troops one more time. Come on, you stupid little brigands. Get ready for it. Oh, that's right, everyone's ready for a fight. Look at them. Like, yeah, bring it on. We've done this so many times already. We're not even scared. All right, here they come. Get ready for the flanking maneuvers. Supposedly you can do this with archers. I'm not sure if it's true. I've never actually tried. If we can get enough of a population, I might try again later, but for right now, I really enjoy the defensiveness of having all of these guys with really good armor and really good long-reach weapons. It seems objectively better. Actually, quick question. Can I just pop in and, like, look at this? Hold on. There we go. Go forth, men! Yeah, look at this! Get him! Get him! No, don't worry about me. I'm gonna stay back here where it's safe. But yeah, oh, look at that guy! Oh, he just executed him! That was brilliantly done. Well done. This reminds me of Banner Lord, you know? Feels like in a lot of ways that may be what this is supposed to be. Like a new city builder version of Banner Lord. Anyway, only have to deal with another round of brigands, and they're done. Perfect. All right, we can disband these guys and send them back home. I don't know if we actually lost anyone. I might have lost one person and I lost track, sorry. But retinue, back to the original plan. Go ahead and kill these bandits. And my settlement level just increased. We will deal with that in a minute. First things first, go forth retinue. This time they don't have any backup, so hopefully they're gonna be okay. Let's try to bring them around this way a little bit, just so we can try to steal the high ground from them. Aha, you fools! All right, now I have the advantage, you're doomed. Yeah, my greatly superior forces can easily handle you, right? We're not gonna lose a single man, and even if I do, I'm not gonna really, like, lose anything except for a little bit of treasury. And they're routed. Thank you. Let's go clear them out. And let's go ahead and send more money to my treasury. Yes, I know I could send this as regional wealth, but there's more stuff I want to do with the treasury, believe it or not. So we're gonna just stack the money in our own coffers. Anyway, with this last development point, what do we want to do with it? Well, I'm thinking we might just go ahead and grab the orchards. Let's test it. We got plenty of backyard space that still needs something. So if we go over here, for example, we can start planting down some beautiful trees and enjoy some apples. It'll take a little while for it to build up, and they're usually very expensive, but I don't mind. To upgrade to our next plot, what do I need? 30 houses! 30 houses! That is a lot in order to become a large town. In some games, this would actually be considered your victory condition if you can do this. I feel like we could have done that, no problem at all. And actually, we're only 3 regions away from winning the game. Let's go ahead and claim another province. Sure, I just need like 1 or 2 more fights with some raiders and we win. That's how close we are. I'm not gonna stop right now. Right, we gotta still have a little bit of fun with this. Maybe eke out 1 more video or something. See what else we can play with from an economy perspective. But, yeah, this is going well. I'd say we're doing great. And how are we doing on sheep? I've got 17 sheep so far. I have no evidence that we've had any lambs thus far either, which might be a small problem. But then maybe not. Region claimed. Boom, done. And you guys returned home. Congratulations. Disband. Thank you. All right, well, we'll see if this ends up paying off and turning into a lot of money. We're actually burning through some cash all of a sudden. So I do need to be cognizant of the regional wealth change and make sure that this is not becoming a problem. We might be overbuying or overconsuming something. But at least for the moment, I'd say things are looking pretty darn good for us. I'm going to end this video here. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If so, I would humbly ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.